Top speed they do canter, all four legs will leave the ground. These magnificent animals are virtually indestructible, except for the hands of man. It's estimated 90% of adult rhino deaths today are due to poachers. So we're going to head over to the Safi River, home of the Nile hippos. The hippos are nocturnal and they will spend a large part of their day submerged. Can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. Best place to look for hippos is generally under the water.
So we're going underwater.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that speed.
How are we going underwater?
Now we usually get our best view further along. You see towards the far cliff there on the other side of the river, there's one out of the water and there's another one under the water just next to it. Now at night hippos will emerge from their rivers. They walk a distance around 6 miles.
Chris, we got the back.
Close to 150 pounds of gross.
Joe, did you know when they poop they
Newborn hippo will be 85-ish pounds. If it's a boy, it could grow to be as large as 5,500 pounds in total body weight. Excellent swimmers when they have the choice, so they prefer to just walk along the bottoms of the rivers simply because it's easier. So there's a lot of hippos here on the left side behind the island. Now, a group of hippos is known as a bloat of hippos. Large greyish-white birds we can see there on the island are pink-backed pelicans. They'll get their pink coloration during the mating season. Also, you've got a nice view here of the group of hippos there on the left.
Look at, they're sleeping.
Now, a lot of people believe that the pelicans will carry fish around in the gullet flaps found underneath their beaks. It really works more like a fishing net. So those pelicans, they will scoop up fish and water, squeeze the water out, and then eat their fish straight away.
This is really cool. There's guardrails down here. Oh, there's a duck, some more birds.
Now, coming up to a bridge, if you look across and down to the left-hand side, you will see some very large reptiles indeed.
Where?
Crocodile!
Whoa!
These are Nile crocodiles, up to 20 feet
Look,
long.
there's two right here.
Those
These
jaws
things
there
are
have a
huge.
bone crushing pressure of 2,000 pounds per square inch. Surprisingly enough, these crocs do make very nurturing parents. Both the mother and father roll the eggs in their mouths to help crack the shells when the little ones are ready to hatch. And if the mother feels that her babies are in danger, she will flip them up into her mouth to hide them away and protect them. Now we're going to be heading for a completely different ecosystem. Going to take us all over to the African savannah. Savannah acts as a superhighway for the many migratory animals that will cross the continent every single year. It's also home to some more famous animals such as lions, giraffes and elephants.
Lions!
Now this unusual looking tree up ahead on the right side is a baobab tree, also sometimes known as an upside down tree. Baobabs will lose their leaves during periods of drought and they can spend as much as 9 months of the year leafless.
Upside down
taller
tree.
than 75 feet, have a circumference greater than 60 feet and live to be older than 2,000 years old.
Wow.
And this view here is simply stunning.
We're
Ladies
chained.
and gentlemen, this is the wild Africa a lot of people are picturing when they imagine the African savannah. It really is something else.
Going to see lions. African savannah.
Whoa! Look at the grass.
These Serengeti grasslands will stretch for hundreds of miles across East Africa. Landscape we can see here is created by the animals that live on the savannah. So you might notice several fallen trees about the place. See, elephants pretty destructive. When a good-sized elephant sees something interesting way up in a tree, of course it just goes ahead, pushes the tree over, helps itself to whatever catches its eye. They clear a lot of space that way. The giraffes come along with their ever so long necks, up to 6 feet long. They'll take care of the high foliage so plenty of sunshine gets through and all of these grasses will grow. And the various grazers, wildebeest, other antelope and zebras, they trim back the grasses and that creates these open areas so characteristic of the African savannah that we can see right here. And this is the Africa we've been working so very hard to preserve. Now these trees either side of the road here, acacia trees, you can see all of those lower leaves have been stripped away. This is one of the giraffe's preferred foods. The adult giraffes are each going to eat about 75 pounds of food every single day. Also these tall, odd, reddish-orange earth cones dotted about, termite mounds. And they have a large infrastructure under the ground as well. Out here on the savannah, under the hot African sun, termite mounds will be baked until they become as hard as concrete. Gosh darn, elephants come along, they like the tall termite mounds, use them as scratching posts, wears them down until they're gentle and rounded in shape. And in turn, the antelope, they like the rounded termite mounds. Makes a good viewing spot. You can stand up there, look out across the savannah, hopefully spot any predators trying to sneak up on them through the long grasses. Now across here on the right side, we have some white-bearded wildebeest. Around 1.5 million wildebeest will cross Africa every single year in their annual migrations. They will gather in herds of female and young that number between 10 and over 1,000 individuals, as well as bachelor herds. Wildebeest is Afrikaans, the language of the Dutch settlers that first came to South Africa. Translates not too surprisingly to wild beast, referring to that truly terrifying appearance. And they're also sometimes known as gnu, spelt G-N-U, is the grunting kind of noise that the wildebeest are known to make.
There's some up there. Joe, look at. They have. I don't know what those.
Now, as we come around this next corner here, up ahead on the grassy slopes, closest to us, we have some sable antelopes with the curved horns. But higher up, you can also see tallest land animal on the planet there, the giraffe.
There's a giraffe up there.
18 to 20 feet tall. I'm hoping we'll see some giraffes further up as well. The giraffes are right at the top there by the palm trees. Now, these sable antelopes, they're the symbol of the Rambo Wildlife Reserve. Also, one of the very few antelopes that will stand their ground when threatened by predators. Well, there's a second giraffe as well further down the slope in the bushes. Horns of these sable antelope will be up to 5 feet long. They're known to joust by getting down on their knees and locking horns together. Might have noticed further down the slope, one much darker than the rest and one is black. That'll be the male, and the rest of the herd there will consist of female and young. Oh, we've got a couple more sable antelopes up here on the right side.
Giraffe.
And then further back here, the dark brown animals with the massive horns are the Ankoli cattle, sometimes known as Watusi cattle, after the local Watusi tribe that originally domesticated them. They're the only domesticated animals we have here on the reserve. Do live very happily side by side with the wild animals here. Those horns can be up to 6 feet long, with a circumference of up to 20
Coming up
inches at
onto
the
a
base.
giraffe.
So this is again another sable antelope there in the bushes. And then of course up ahead here, some more of those giraffes. Along with being the tallest land animal comes a very high blood pressure. Giraffes need large hearts to get oxygen all the way up that long next to the brain. An adult giraffe's heart can be as long as 2 feet, weigh as much as 26 pounds. Tall animals will have tall babies. A baby giraffe is likely to be a staggering 6 feet tall at birth. Interestingly enough, the giraffe's tails can be longer than their necks when you include the tassel portion of the tail. Giraffes have been hunted by poachers for those tail tassels. Hairs found in the tassels can be 16 to 20 times as thick as a human hair. Now just up ahead, past these rocks that are on the left-hand side, is a spot known as Monkey Point. Been named that after a troop of mandrill monkeys we sometimes get to see here. Mandrill is Africa's largest monkey, with males around 100 pounds, females smaller, 30-ish pounds each. Very social animals, spend a lot of time out playing, grooming, but they can travel around a lot. Especially during fruiting season, they might travel 3 square miles in a day. Alright, looks like they might be elsewhere. Right, time we head over then and see if we might find a few African elephants. Now, the African elephant is the largest land animal, can be 11,000 to 13,000 pounds. Most people know elephants have been hunted for ivory found in their tusks. Well, today, one of the greatest threats to the African elephant is loss of habitat. As increasingly humans and elephants are living in the same areas. Now, there's something we can do to help these elephants with their loss of habitat. Oh, we've got one here on the right. Now, this one here on the right is probably a boy because he's all by himself. Female elephants spend their entire lives with the herd, whereas males will head out on their own when they're 13 to 15 years old. So when they're considered adults, elephants have the second longest childhood of any animal. Humans, of course, we have the longest childhood. I say we can help them with their loss of habitat. Personal electronics, so laptops and cell phones and the like, they contain a metallic ore called coltan. It's mined deep in elephant country. So when we recycle those personal electronics, not so much mining needs to be done. And in turn, that helps to take the pressure off the elephant herds living in the coltan mining areas of Africa. I'm going to slow us down a touch just to cross over.
It's always a good thing we're going on a cracky bridge.
This bridge can be a little noisy, but it's perfectly normal. Hasn't failed me yet.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Alright, let's get out of there. Oh, now this is a great place to look for elephants. This right here is a red clay pit. Elephants come in to eat the clay, contains important nutrients, and is a key part of their diet. And it looks like we've had a few through here recently. Some footprints, lots of tusk marks about the place. So we should be getting close to the elephant watering hole now. We'll see if they're down there. Now, a newborn elephant will be 200 to 300 pounds. Don't typically wean until they're close to 4 years old. And those elephant trunks so
How do you like those
and
palm
amazing.
trees?
It's a combination of the elephant's nose and upper lip. Two very agile finger-like projections found at the tip. An elephant trunk can contain as many as 100,000 different muscles. You know what? I get a local radio station out here sometimes. See if I can tune something in. Oh, alright, see if I can find some music. Just there you go, that's more like it.
Got me music.
Oh, here they are over on the left.
By the way, it is freezing out here.
This is a baby elephant. Baby elephant.
Now, like most herbivores, these elephants will spend a large part of their day eating. In a normal day, an adult elephant is going to eat between 440 and 661 pounds of food.
Here comes
Wash it
one.
all down with about 42 gallons of water.
So the elephant it is. Can you blow the elephant a kiss again?
Ducks.
Now, crossing to the left, we do have flamingos. These particular flamingos are greater flamingos, largest and lightest pink of any flamingo. Flamingos are not born pink. They get their delicate pink colour from beta-carotene. It's found in the briny shrimp they like to eat. Newborn flamingo will be a dull greyish colour, turn pink when they're around a year or so old.
There's a giant elephant over
Known as
there.
a
That's a
flamboyant. And
giant.
flamboyants can contain as many as 20,000 pairs of flamingos. Africa itself is home to more than 2,600 different species of birds, either temporarily or permanently. Many are migratory, don't spend the whole year here. Just give us a glimpse of the amazing biodiversity that can be found here in Africa. Now, across here on the left is a mud bath, sometimes brings out the white rhinos to this area. Now, the white rhino used to be Africa's greatest conservation success story. Today, they are once more near threatened. The northern white rhino is now extinct in the wild. Poachers continue to hunt rhinos for their horns, becoming more aggressive and getting their hands on more sophisticated weapons. Just goes to show that our conservation efforts need to be ever ongoing. Rhinos have very poor eyesight, cannot spot a motionless human from 100
You can hold
feet
my
away.
hand.
They have excellent hearing though and a great sense of smell, so they definitely know when we're around and in the area. Oh, now up ahead here, if you see those two really skinny white trees up and behind there, there's a cheetah coming down the slope towards us.
There's a cheetah over there.
Now, cheetahs are highly endangered. They're hunted, they face competition from local farmers. Oh, there's a second one behind the rocks. As well as habitat loss. Cheetahs will primarily hunt small to medium-sized antelopes. They will hunt by stalking their prey and then chasing them down in a very short but high-speed chase. They are the fastest land animals, can run up to 60 miles per hour for a quarter of a mile. Also, the only felines that cannot fully retract their claws. Also, there's two more over there behind those palm leaves. They need that extra traction for making tight turns during their high-speed chases.
Yeah, but they were laying.
Cheetahs are also daytime hunters, unlike most of the other big cats, including the lions. Now, this rock copy up ahead is the pride of lions. We occasionally get to see here. They like sunbathing out on all of the large, flat rocks. So I said they're nocturnal, so at night it's usually the lionesses that will go out and do the hunting, while the male lion, he tends to stay behind to guard the pride. And that male lion has an impressive roar. He can be heard 5 to 6 miles across the savannah. He will roar at sunrise, sunset, and also immediately after a kill. Serves a territorial function. Oh, now I'm going to loop around these rocks, so we're probably going to see that other white rhino further up in a moment. But further back you see the zebras. Those stripes are unique to each and every individual zebra, so you'll never see two with exactly the same